Into the late model dash tonight. On the pole, your fourth fastest qualifier is Bob Snyder from Denison, Ohio. Up next is Jonathan Ritter in 48, Bob Page in 67, and Andrew Smart in 17, your top qualifier. Down in the one, out of two, it's Bob Snyder from Denison, Ohio, on in front. Multi-track champion in the late model division here at Midvale. On the outside, here comes failed start. Failed start, we're going to start them over again. Jonathan, the head flagger down there, didn't like the start. All right, we'll try her again. Here we go. Hey, you like that one? He liked that. Bob Snyder out in front. Bobby Page on the inside. Battle for that second spot. Side by side with Jonathan Ritter in 48. Then Andrew Smart, your top qualifier, in fourth. Bob Snyder still showing the way. Bobby Page in second. Jonathan Ritter, 48, in third. And Andrew Smart in fourth. White flag. White flag is out. Snyder leads him down the backstretch one more time. Into three, out of four. There he comes. Bob Snyder. Bobby Page, Jonathan Ritter, and Andrew Smart round out your field. Your winner from Denison, Ohio,
17, Bob Snyder.
Bob Snyder Jr. Okay. I don't care which one to take. You probably like your one that you've been using, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just take it down with you. There's two tapes. I don't care where you go. If you want to do the infield or if you want to go down, he's not here. If you want to go down turn 4, go down turn 4. They like that. I mean, that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. No, I mean that whatever you do is fine. What time did you get home? I got home at 6 after 3. That's a young man's game. Well, everybody couldn't have done it without you. No, we'll take this other stuff out. We'll only take it down with you, okay? All right? I don't want to be rude. I just don't want to miss something, okay? Thank you.
No problem.
I feel like old school. I got all kind of room.
Probably don't know what to do with yourself.
Well, I'm going to eat a sandwich here in a little bit. I can't get the volume off of that. I don't know what the heck. Okay, I better go. Well, I already got it recorded. Okay. All right, moving into the dash for the modifieds. On the pole is Philip Cox. Did not like that start. On the outside of him, looks like it's going to be Doug McMillan. I believe he's won a couple features here this year. Back on the inside, your second fastest qualifier, Kenny Feaster Jr. And looks like from Uricksville, Ohio, car number 50, your top qualifier tonight, Will Walker. Oh, Will lives over on Gorley Street there in Uricksville. Four lap dash for the modifieds here at Midvale tonight. Down to one, out of two, Philip Cox out in front. Doug McMillan second. On the inside, Kenny Feaster Jr. trying to move up. He's got him on the inside. Doug gives him room, and Will Walker in 50. Philip Cox from Sherridsville, Ohio, out in front of the 09 car. Kenny Feaster Jr. in 13. Will Walker now into third, and Doug McMillan back to fourth. White flag was out that lap. Out of four. Philip Cox. Kenny Feaster Jr., Will Walker, your top qualifier. He finishes third, and Doug McMillan from New Philadelphia, Ohio, is your fourth place finisher tonight. This young man, I believe, lives in Sherridsville, Ohio. He's been racing here at Midvale Speedway for a few years now.
Pleasure, Ohio Sport Connection, Victory Lane in the 09. Give a round of applause for Phil Cox.
Philip Cox in 09, your winner. Okay, Zach, okay, Larry, thank you. All right, moving into the street stocks. And we got to start on the outside. Honky John Tannerelli in 67 tonight. Zach Cougar in 58. Gabe Pringle in 7. And 88, your top qualifier, I believe. Kylie Wood in 88. White flag by your flagman, Jonathan Smith. Gonna fall on Zach Cougar. Flag. 58, 67, 7, and 88. That finishing order would be Honky John Tannerelli in second, Gabe Pringle in third, and Kylie Wood fourth. And your winner, entering turn 3, coming around turn 4.
Ohio Sport Connection, Victory Lane from Dover, Ohio. Give a round of applause to number 58, Zach Cougar.
From Dover, Ohio, Zach Cougar in 58. Okay, moving into the heat of the late models. 69, it looks like it's going to be. Bob the Animal Michael, 69. $169, Neil Rowley. 25, Chris Grubbs. 757 is A.P. Wren. Joe Fuchs behind the wheel of 77 tonight. 0, George Riddle. 4 would be, I don't know if it's Philip Cox or not. That's what they got wrote down here. I'm not sure who's in 4E. And no identification on 15. Jonathan's got the green flag in hand. This will be, I believe, an 8-lap heat race.
jumps out in the lead on that second turn, and here comes A.P. Red with him. Paul Michael in third. On the outside, he's coming George Riddle from the back of the pack. He's up the third. Michael fourth. Grubbs in fifth. Dukes in sixth. Then 15 and 4. George Riddle on the inside. A.P. Red trying to get second. Neil Rowley in 169. Out in front. George has got second now as they go down the backstretch. Halfway. George looks to the outside. He wants his heat race bad. He's out on the outside of Neil Rowley as they come out of fourth. Into turn one, out of two. We got a new leader. 0, George Riddle. Beautiful night here at Mid-Vid Speedway. Beautiful night. White flag in hand by Jonathan Smith. Falls on George Riddle. Down the backstretch one more time. Into turn 3, out of 4. Here he comes. George Riddle, Neil Rowley, Dick Grubbs, Joe Fuchs, A.P. Red, Paul Michael, and 4. They have it listed as Philip Cox, but I think there's somebody else in that car.
Going after Ohio Sports Racing victory lane from Canton, Ohio. Give a round of applause to your number 0.
From Paris, Ohio, I believe he's from. George Riddle in car 0. Okay, moving into the fast heat of these compacts. White flag will be out this time. 69 is Romick, Drew Romick. And on the outside of him is 62. That is Keaton Scott. 75 is Blake Miley. 68X is Corbin Robinson. Double X. Let's see who that would be tonight. It's Justin Riley in double X. 17 is, well, I don't got him listed. I know it's a smart car. Andrew Smart's younger brother in 17, and 00 Jonathan Heiden in 17. Out in front, Drew Romick in 69. Keaton Scott in 62. Blake Riley in 75. Corbin Robinson 68. Smart in 17. Riley in double X, and Jonathan Heide in 00 rounds out your field. Keaton Scott on the inside of Drew Romick. Drew gives him racing room. And he takes over the lead. Keaton Scott in 62. Drew Romick holds on second now. Blake Miley holds down third. Here comes Cord Robinson in 68. Smart in 17. 00 Jonathan Heidi and Double X of Justin Riley. Scott will get the white flag this time. Drew Romick holds on to second. Down the backstretch one more time. Caden Scott takes him out of 4. Your winner, 62. Drew Romick in 69, Blake Miley 75, Gordon Robinson in 68, Smart in 17, Jonathan Heidi in 00, and Double X is Justin Riley. Rounds out your field. Fast heat in the compacts. Caden Scott, your winner in 62. Okay, moving into the second compact heat race tonight. Number 85 is Jonathan Weber. 47 out there is Don Rufner Jr. in the next car on the outside. 9C is Chris Beckler, I believe. Number 6 tonight is Tyler Heron in 6. 79 is Philip Button Jr. in 79. And on the outside, your top qualifier in this heat tonight, it would be Nolan Caldwell in 6. I believe they'll go 8 laps, I think. Your second heat of the compacts tonight here at Midvale Speedway. Down to turn 1 out of 2, it's Jonathan Weber, your leader in 85. Don Rufner Jr. in 47 on the outside. And that HHR grocery getter, Chris Beckler in 9C. 6, Tyler Heron in 6. Phil Button Jr. in 79 and Nolan Caldwell in 6. Oh, that's 5 out there. I apologize. Number 5 tonight is Tabitha Stuber. The old eyesight thought that was a 6, and he's already running that fast dash. It's Tabitha Stuber in 5. Your top qualifier in this heat. Jonathan Weber still showing the way. Rufner on the outside. Here comes Phil Button Jr. On the outside, inching his way into the lead is Don Rufner Jr. in 47. Jonathan Weber back to second. 9C up to third. Phil Button Jr. in 79. 6. Oh, 9 and 79. A touch going to third. We got a caution. We got a caution. Okay, getting ready to go back to green. Don Rufner Jr. will show the way. Jonathan Weber on the outside. Here we go. laps in, I believe she said. Oh, we got 3 wide. Weber takes back over the lead. Here comes 6 on the outside. Aaron in 6, I believe. He won 2nd, and he might have it going down the backstretch. Bill Button Jr. there in 4th. White flag. White flag out. Yeah, it's a white flag. Jonathan Weber leads them down the backstretch. Smooth sailing coming out of 4. Your winner, Jonathan Weber in 85, then 47. Will finish 2nd.
From Midvale, Ohio. Going up to Ohio. Round of applause to number 85, Jonathan Weber.
Jonathan Weber, your winner of the 2nd heat race tonight in the streets, or the compacts tonight. All right, moving into the 3rd heat. Number 1, it might be a Robinson in 1. Taylor Mazzolini in 66. 42 out there. Is Damian Andrews in 42. 23, Brenton Irwin in 23, and bringing up the tail of the field, 427. Didn't like the start, and I believe Josh Robinson's in 1 tonight. Josh Robinson. Josh Huff in 427. 427 is Josh Huff, and I think he might be the top qualifier out of this group. Doing double duty tonight, trying to run the camera and talk to you fans on the video. Trying. I'm not doing a very good job of it. Number 1 is Josh Robinson. Taylor Mazzolini bringing them in. Damian Andrews in 42 up to 3rd. Brenton Irwin in 4th. Josh Huff in that 5th spot. Robinson out in front in 1. Andrews in 2nd. Battle for 3rd. Taylor Mazzolini and Brent Irwin. Brent takes over 3rd spot. Halfway. Mitch Robinson. And here comes Irwin on the outside. Taylor Mazzolini off the pace is into the infield. Tight battle for the lead. Robinson on the inside. Andrews on the out. Wow! Photo finish. Damian Andrews picks up the win. Damian Andrews, your winner of the heat, the third heat, I believe, of the compacts tonight. Okay, here's your lineup. Scott Witten in 84. 13 is Kenny Feaster Jr. He drove it the first night out. 33 times 3, Storm and Johnson. And number 2, A.J. Andrews. And in number 4 tonight, Andrea Leach. White flag has been displayed. We're taking a slow pace down the backstretch. I guess that's all right. Make sure the DVD recorder was moving, and it is. All right. All right, here we go. Feaster out in front in 13. Oh, we got Robinson. Oh, geez. It's been years since I've been able to say that on the DVD. .33 times 3. Storm Johnson looped it over in turn number 2, collecting number 2, A.J. Andrews along the way. Okay, complete restart. We'll just say that's Feaster's car. I don't think that's Feaster in it, but Foreman Robinson on the outside at 33 times 3. Scott Witten in 84 falls in the 3rd, and Andrew Leach in 4th. Inside of Robinson is Witten, but oh, on the inside goes Witten in 84. He takes over the lead. That's Kenny Feaster Jr.'s car, but I venture to say that's not him behind the wheel tonight. Warren Robinson in 3rd, Andrea Leach in 4th. No way. Yeah, that's Feaster in there. Out in front, Scott Witten in 84, out for a Sunday drive. Storm Robinson holds down 2nd. Andrea Leach in 3rd. And Feaster's car in fourth. I believe that was halfway that time. 4 in, 4 to go. Just tooling around the racetrack right now. Jonathan Smith has the white flag in hand. He'll take it. White flag falls on Scott Witten in 84. Down the backstretch. Sun in his windshield, and he goes into 3 out of 4. Into the shade, Scott Witten, your winner. Storm Robinson finishes second. Andrea Leach will finish third, and in fourth, Kenny Feaster's car, number 13. Picking up the last heat in the compacts tonight. Number 84.
Alliance, Ohio. Give a round of applause to number 84, Scott Witten.
Scott Whitman in 84. Okay, moving into the fast heat of these modifieds. On the pole, Don Rupner the third in 007. On the outside of him is Tad Grove, I believe, in 29. Mike Bauer in 0. Bobby Page in 49. 38, Kevin McClintock. On the outside of him is Lucas Ripley in 0. And 66 tonight is Lewis McGrath in 66. We got a green. Down to 1, out of 2. It's Tad Grove on the outside. Don Rupert the third, back on the inside. Photo finish for that first lap. Mike Bauer holds on to third. Here comes Kevin McClintock on the inside. Bobby Page in fourth. Lucas Ripley fifth. And McGrath sixth. Tad Grove isn't giving up on the outside. They're side by side as they go into 3. Lap 3. The third. Tad Grove in 29. Mike Bauer in 0. Kevin McClintock in 4th. Lewis McGrath in 5th. Lucas Ripley in 6th. Bobby Page in 7th. Tad Groves sliding backwards now, down the backstretch. Mike Bauer into 2nd, Kevin McClintock 3rd. Don Rupner the 3rd, and that showing away. White flag coming out. Rupner, Bauer. They'll finish 2nd. Mike Bauer from Massillon, Ohio. Don Rufner III picks up the fast heat in the modifieds tonight. Okay, moving into the second modified heat race. Neil Rowley in 69. Austin Berger in 3. 34. Conrad Yoder. Bob Pathwater Jr. Bobby DeVore II. Joe Slitz in 45. Austin Berger on the outside. Caution out. I bet you somebody spun out. Or they didn't like, yep. Well, I would not have guessed it. Would not have guessed it. 45. Spins out in 45.
We'll have a complete restart.
Okay, here we go. Neil Rowley on the inside. Austin Berger on the outside. Conrad Yoder in that third spot in 34. Bobby DeVore the second in fourth. And Bob Pathwater Jr. in 74. Sides high, side for the lead. Rowley on the inside, Berger on the outside. They're still side by side down the backstretch. Takes over the lead. Austin Berger going into the pits. White flag. Your winner, Neil Rowley in 69. Picking up the heat win tonight in the modifieds, Neil Rowley.
Going up to Ohio Clerk Connection Victory Lane, and the number 69, round of applause for Neil Rowley.
Okay, moving into the street stocks. On the outside in 73 is T.J. Dreher, Kyle Gruhl in 199. Pork Chop in 8. Paul Pathwater Sr. in 75. Jason Gruhl in 99. Ian Portal in 64. Side-by-side battle for that third and fourth spot. Here comes T.J. Greer in the lead. Kyle Gruhl in the second. Paul Pathwater Sr. third. 64 in fourth. And 8 in 99. There goes TJ. He drifts up high. Kyle Gruhl moving into the lead. Bringing Tom Garbrandt's grandson went with him as he goes to the outside. Ian Portal. Side by side. Good racing tonight so far. White flag coming out. We got a battle for third. White flag. Two brothers, and that's it. Two brothers side by side as they exit two. Kyle on the inside, Jason on the outside. As Ian Porthole will win. Jason Gruhl second, Kyle Gruhl third, T.J. Dreher fourth. Shannon Thomas, Pork Chop will finish fifth. Bob Pathwater Sr. And then I couldn't make out that number of that car. I don't have any information, I don't believe, on him. Their winner of the heat race tonight in the three stocks, Ian Porthole. Okay, moving into the trucks. 751, Alan Bernard in 751. 29 is Trenton Croft. 11 tonight is Jake Beaver, but I don't think that's right. I think that is Tim Scott. Here we go. Eddie McLean in 443. Connor McLean in 442. Bob Johnson 99 and 57. Rick Brink trying to hold her together. Oh, we got an accident down in turn 1 and 2. 751. Alan Bernard up there in turn number 2. Brings out a yellow. Okay, here we go. Eddie McLean in 443. Creighton Croft. Bob Johnson on the inside. He'll take over second down the backstretch. Connor McLean moving up. Tim Scott in 11. Out in front. Bob Johnson starting to challenge you now. Connor McLean in third. Scott in fourth. white flag coming out. Leaders coming up on Rick Brink. Eddie McLean, Bob Johnson, Connor McLean, Tim Scott, Trenton Croft. 751 is Alan Bernard, and coming across the line now is 57 Rick Brink.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to number 423, Eddie McLean.
Eddie McLean picks up the heat in the trucks tonight. Okay, getting ready to move into the modified feature event of the evening. I believe they'll go 25 laps. On the pole, as the cars are coming out, looks like Bobby DeVore, but they might not be in quite the right order as of yet, so we'll wait till they all come out. I'll give you some other names here. Tad Grove in 29, Don Rufner III in 007, Bobby Page in 49, Mike Bauer in 0 out there. The other 0, the black 0, would be Lucas Ripley, Kevin McClintock in 38, Lucas McGrath in 66, Kevin Feature Jr. in 13, Will Walker in 50, Philip Cox in 09, Doug McMillan in 54, Conrad Yoder in 34, I believe Neil Rowley's in 69, Bob Pathwater Jr. in 74, Vanessa McCrary in 2 is what it's listed as. And 3 is Austin Berger in 3. "25 laps still go." Bob Pathwater Jr. stopped up there to talk to the track personnel, and they'll be getting the line up here shortly. Beautiful night for racing here at Midvale Speedway. A lot better than last Saturday night. Sitting at home by this time when the rains had come in to Tuscarawas County and washed out the races here at Midvale Speedway. Good crowd on hand tonight. Last Saturday night of August 2022. Now we got Vanessa McCrary stopping up there. McCrary sitting up there. Bobby DeVore looks like he will be bringing them in. The third, Tad Grove in 29. On the outside of him would be Mike Bauer from Massillon, Ohio. Back on the inside, Bobby Page in 49. Flanking him on the outside, Kevin McClintock in 38. Next row back, 0, the black 0. That would be Lucas Ripley from Uricksville, Ohio in 0. Lewis McGrath in 66 from Strasburg. 13 looks like Kenny Feaster Jr. On the outside of him would be number 50, Will Walker from Uricksville. Another single file. We've got Philip Cox in 09. Doug McMillan 54, Conrad Yoder 34, Bob Pathwater Jr. 74, Vanessa McCrary in 2, Austin Austin Berger in 3, and coming in there, going to go up to his spot, 69 of Neil Rowley. There's your lineup to some extent here at Midvale Speedway. 25 lap modified feature coming up. Okay, getting ready to take the white flag. One more lap and we will be racing here at Midvale Speedway. August 27th, 2022. The modified feature. Bobby DeVore, the second, will bring him in. Don Rufner Jr., Don Rufner the third will be on flanking him on the outside. Tad Grove and Mike Bauer, second row. Here we go. Bobby DeVore on the inside. Still side by side, they exit 4. Bobby DeVore, Don Rufner the third, Tad Grove at 29, Bobby Pace, 49. Kenny Feaster in 13. Go. That's Lucas Ripley in 0. Up to that 5th spot. Rufner falling back on the outside. Bobby DeVore out in front. Tad Grove second, Bobby Page in third, Lucas Ripley fourth, Kenny Feaster fifth. Bill Cox in sixth, Rufner in seventh, 8th, Doug Manoa, 9th, Will Walker, and 10th, Kevin McClintock. He's got his hands full with Lucas McGrath. Bobby out in front. And Grove in second, being pressured by Bobby Page. Lucas Ripley still holds on to fourth. Feaster in fifth. Bobby's starting to put a little bit of daylight out between him and the second spot. Side by side for third. Lucas Ripley on the inside. Bobby Page on the outside. Tad Grove holds on to second. Side for second. Tad Grove on the inside. Bobby Page on the outside. They're side by side in 4. You're racing for second on back. Bobby DeVore is out on a Sunday drive right now. Bobby Page into second. Grove third. Lucas Ripley in fourth. Kenny Feaster fifth. They're side by side. They go into one. Feaster on the inside. Ripley on the outside. Cox right behind them. Lucas goes to the outside of Tad Grove. They touch. Okay, we're going back to green. Bobby DeVore. Still showing the way. Bobby Page on the outside. Tad Grove third yet. Philip Fox in fourth. Side by side for fifth and sixth. It's Doug McMillan, Kenny Feaster, Lucas McGrath, Kevin McClintock. Don Root to the third. Side by side. Page is caught. Bobby DeVore. And we got a caution. Looks like might be something on the track. Okay, we're going to try her again here.
Ladies are caution over there in turn number 2.
Okay, we're getting ready to go back to green. Here we go. Bobby DeVore pulls her in the infield. Puts Tad Grove into the lead in 29. And right behind him is Doug McMillan. Oh! Pardon me, that's Cox in 09. Philip Cox on the inside. He'll take over the lead. Philip Cox, your leader. Tad Grove second. Kenny Feaster in third. Don Roofer third and fourth. Caution is out.
Well, I got so excited I didn't know the race was over. Philip Cox will bring home the win in the modified feature tonight. Guess I wasn't watching the flag stand. That's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Some are bigger than others. Your winner, Philip Cox from Sherardsville, Ohio, will be climbing out of his car. I believe this is a second feature of the year.
Climbing on, give a hand to your winner, Phil Cox. Well, Phil, congratulations. 2 in a row. Started behind the invert this week as you won there here a couple weeks ago. After a strong start to the season, then you had some downtime there. Now you're starting to put it right in the right direction, probably at the right time. Guided your time. You just stayed there, stay single file there. Caution, caution, caution last. There with 4 laps to go. Who all would you like to thank on the 09?
I definitely got to thank my wife for putting up with this. I don't know how many times she's done this down. But thank you for letting me continue racing every week. You know, I got to thank my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, my daughter's here for the first time, my grandson's here, her boyfriend's here, and Lord Pizza Shop, Snyder, Home Improvement, Ty Torres, RSG, and New Philly Barbell.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Phil Cox. And also, before I forget, if you actually caught Phil Cox's frisbee, so 09 Phil Cox, if you come down here also. Again, if you catch the frisbee of the future winner, you can come down and celebrate. So again, if you caught the President Phil Cox, if you can come down here real quick.
Okay, getting ready for the truck race. Out. 12 laps they'll go. Alan will bring him in. Alan Menard. Croft now in your race leader. Oh! Connor McLean loops it out in front of almost the whole field. Total restart. They didn't all cross the finish line before the yellow came out. Okay, I'll give you the lineup. Or the trucks are out there. 751 is Alan Menard. 29 is Trenton Croft. 11, I believe, is Tim Scott from the Columbus area. Connor McLean in 442. Bobby Johnson in 99. Eddie McLean in 443. And Rick in 57. Well, we're going to go white flag. This just takes up a lot of time here. But we got to do it, I guess. If they're ready on the back stretch, they can throw the green coming down the front stretch. All right. 12 laps, I believe they'll go. Menard bringing them in. McLean out in front. Trenton Croft second. Tim Scott third. Bob Johnson fourth. Eddie McLean fifth. Yellow out again. Oh, we have 751 on the front stretch. Well, we'll try it again. I believe Connor might be out in front. Eddie in second, Trent third, Tim in fourth, and Bobby in fifth. Then we got Al Menard and Tim Brink. Rick Brink in 57. Battle for third. Now we got a battle for fourth. Connor McLean in 442 out in front. His dad right behind him in second. Bobby Johnson in third. Tim Scott fourth. Trenton Croft in fifth. Alan Menard in sixth. And Rick Brink in seventh. Try to keep an eye on the flagman this time. Bobby on the inside. Can't quite make a move on Ed McLean. That battle for second is really heated up. Bobby Johnson now inching his way into second down the backstretch. He'll have it out of 4. White flag this time. Connor McLean. He picks up the win. Bobby Johnson second. Ed McLean third. Tim Scott in fourth.
So again, if you have the frisbee for Connor McLean, frisbee number 42. If you got his frisbee, go on down to the flag stand. So again, if you have the frisbee for Connor McLean, go on down to the flag stand. Get your flag.
There's your winner, Connor McLean in 4:42.
Come on, Connor. Well, congratulations, Mr. B-Main winner. You know, I was joking with you there during the frisbee race. You know, I think it brought you luck, you know. See, I think when me and you talked, you know, you actually go into victory lane, you know, I think we got to start making this, you know, yeah, probably not. Oh, took 2 restarts to finally get you guys going and damage your front lid here a little bit, but normally you guys never really put much damage to each other, but tonight just seemed a little different. And what would you like to think on your 442?
I forgot it's funny. I wrote down my dad, my grandparents, corner bar, and that auto parts, now really, D&D appliance, Scott's auto sales, and now have to buy me a new project.
Well, congratulations. Give a hand to our winner, Connor McLean.
There's some cars, all names and the car numbers. Chris Grubbs in 25, A.P. Red in 57 on the front row. Joe Fuchs in the Bear Schwartz car, started back on the inside. In 77, in 21, Cody Jamer. 0, George Riddle. 17, Bob Snyder Jr. 67, Bobby Page. On the outside of him, can't make out that number. 48 back on the inside. Jonathan Renner. Oh, 17, Bob. That would be Andrew Smart, Randy's oldest son, in 17. All right, and 169 should be Neil Rowley. 15 is Virgil Ravencroft. And 4E out there, they're saying it's Phil Cox. Okay. White flag is going to be displayed this time by 30 laps they'll go. Late models will take green tonight. It's been a beautiful evening here at Midvale Speedway. Crowd sticking around for this race. 30 laps. Chris Grubbs and A.P. Reno, bring them in. Here we go, side by side out of 4. Good start. Second. George Riddle first. On the outside of 4. That's Bobby Page at 67. Second, and they go into 3. Here comes Jonathan Ritter right behind him. Bobby Page going for the lead, coming out of 2. Can he get down? Can he get down? He does, going into 1. Hanging on to 3rd. George Riddle 4th. Ritter looks to the inside. Can't make it stick. Ritter right there. He's right there. Other gate. Jonathan Ritter. Joe Fuchs doing a great job hanging on to third. George Riddle fourth. Chris Grove. Cody Jaybird. Bobby Page coming up on the tail. AP Wren. Maybe AP pulls over. Still Bobby Page. Jonathan Ritter. Joe Fuchs. George Riddle. Chris Grubb. Cody Jaybird. Neil Rowley. Bob Snyder. Snyder on the backstretch. Okay, we're going back to green. Page and Ritter. Bobby's able to pull away down the front stretch. George Riddle getting himself a ball down. He's up to third. Bobby Page. Jonathan Riddle. George Riddle. Chris Grubb. George Riddle into second. Can he catch him? The question is, can he get by him if he does catch him? White flag. Bobby Page down the backstretch. 1-4 time. Bobby Page. George Riddle. Jonathan Ritter. Chris Grubb. Cody J. Bird. Neil Rowley and A.P. Wren round out your field.
That's Martin Catherine, Aaron Heating and Cooling.
That's pretty. Car owner out to join him, Honky John Tannerelli.
As car owner, John Tannerelli, all excited. Actually here for him to win. Normally he's not here. So climbing up, give a hand to your winner, Bob Page. Well, Bob, definitely bided your time there on the outside. You actually made the outside lane work. Battle there with Ruggs there for a couple laps, side by side. Ritter was following you, and then you and Ritter battling, you know, the last umpteen laps all the way until that restart there with, I believe, like 7 to go. And then Ritter was able to catch up to him and pass him for second. Who would you like to thank on the 67?
I gotta thank JT, everybody comes every week. Aaron Heating and Cooling, Smoker's Paradise, the White Tavern. Every performance, I keep getting him every week. He's custom, Joel Willie, anybody else I forgot. I apologize for the way I acted on this.
Well, congratulations. Nice. Give a hand to your winner, Bob Page.
I'll go down the lineup here for the compact fast feature. On the pole, number 62, and that's Caden Scott. On the outside of him, I can't tell, the double X back on the inside is Justin Riley. Then 36 on the inside will stay that route is Rich Dunlap. Then Blaze Bacon in 57. 75, Blake Miley. And 5 is Tabitha Stuber. 9C is Chris Bencher. Okay, we're going to go green as the race unfolds on the outside line. Robinson in 68. Smart in 17 on the outside. Oh boy, oh! Double X, all tore up. Rear quarter panel, rear bumper off of Justin Riley. Blaze Bacon involved up there, and Jonathan Heidi also involved. Hopefully everybody's okay. On the outside. Two young guns here at Midvale, battling out for second. Nolan Longwell right in there too. Mechanical problems. He'll bring out a yellow. Okay, some of them other drivers out there. Tabitha Stuber in 5. Phil Button Jr. in 79. Drew Romick in 69. Don Rufner III in 007. 6, the other number 6 out there is Tyler Heron. And in the tail position right now, double X, Justin Riley. Here we go. start. No start. Yellow is out. All right, we're going to try it again. Scott out in front. Nolan Cromwell on the outside. Corbin Robinson third. .36 is in fourth. Jonathan Heidi fifth and 0-0. Tabitha Stewart right behind them. Dunlap in the third. On the inside. Riley in the infield, double X. Now he's going to pull back out on the tail. Corbin Robinson in the second, starting to challenge for the lead. Top four, then Jonathan Heidi, Tabitha Stewart, Bill Button Jr. White flag shown by Jonathan Smith, this time by Scott wins it.
have the Frisbee for Caden Scott. You can come on down. Hi, we got to give a hand to your winner, Caden Scott. Well, Caden, congratulations on picking up your second feature win of the season. Probably feels pretty special. You started up here in the front, you're able to hold off Mid-Vid there. You guys ran side by side there. Who would you like to thank on the 62?
I want to thank my dad, Jimmy Towns, for all he's done for us. Michael's Plumbing, Coronado Sales and Service, KET Septic, 48 Automotive, High Impact Tree Service, Buckeye Tire and Brake, and Quaker Drive-Thru.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Caden Scott.
What's these kids down there?
Here's your lineup. Kyle Gruel in 199. Pork Chop Thomas. Shannon Thomas in 8. Bob Pathwater Sr. in 75. Jason Gruel in 99. Ian Porkroll in 64. Zach Kogar in 58. I believe Honky John Tannerelli is in 67. '88, Kylie Wood filling in for Dad tonight. Gabe Pringle in 7. TJ Dreyer in 72, I believe, at 73, excuse me, 73. And in 38 tonight is Ron Rug. Ron Rug in 38. There's your field. For the street stock 20 lap feature coming out. Oh, we got a caution coming out. TJ Dreyer looking the wrong direction down the front stretch. Okay, we're going to try it again. Complete restart. Jason Grohl, Zach Kogar in the second row. Paul Passwater Sr., Ian Porkle in the third row. Kyle Grohl, now you're a race leader. His brother's right behind him. Bob Packwater Sr. Thomas off the pace in 8th. Here we go. Jason Grohl out in front. Panarelli's car is in second, the grocery getter. Battle for third. 88 and 199. Fourth spot. Bob Pathwater trying to get by Kyle Grohl now. For second. There comes Ian. He's going to catch him about a half a lap. Setting up for a fine 5-lap shootout. Kylie Wood. 4 laps to go. That is Honky John in 67. Caution's out. Caution's out. Five laps to go. Jason Gruhl out in front. Ian Workle in second. Bob Pathwater Sr. third. Nat Kogar in fourth. Bob on the inside of Ian. White flag. Bob and Ian battled out for second. Jason's gonna win it. Jason Gruhl. Ian Workle in 64 will finish second. Bob Pathwater Sr. third. Zach Kogar in fourth.
Some of you have Jason Gruhl. Hold on down and celebrate, and the Wayland Hill Golf Cart samples. Getting on the buckle, climbing out for his first career feature. Wait, give a hand your winner, Jason Gruhl.
He's pumped. He's pumped. I wouldn't be surprised he doesn't climb the fence.
Hey, you know what we talked about last week? You waited for me. Last week I told you good luck. I was on the beach in Myrtle. You were there just about a month ago. You know, Kyle drove for you then when you were away, I think. And you know, I told you good luck, and I was like, yeah, you're going to be in victory lane with Chris Cale, you know, and you're like, nope, I'm going to wait till you come back. Guess what? You did it tonight. Let's go back, okay? It's his first career feature win. Been top qualifier in a modified. 25 when he ran modified. Came close to winning a feature in the modified. Came close multiple times here in the street stock, and now it finally came true tonight. So who all would you like to thank on your first career feature win?
I think my brother, my dad, my wife. My pipeline, I work a lot of hours. It's hard for me to get home. This is a struggle. So to be here, this is my D2500, baby.
Any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, RLA Excavating, Willowdale Golf Cart. They've been with me for a few years. They're my biggest supporters. So.
Congratulations.
Thanks, dog.
Give it to your winner, Jason Goodall.
Get off your phone, old man. That's nice. Okay, let's go down the lineup again. 84 compact. Scott Winton. On the outside of him is number 1 tonight. That's Josh Robinson. Then 66, that is Taylor Mazzolini. Number 42 tonight is Damian Andrews. Brenton Irwin in 23. I can't tell who's on the outside of Brenton. We'll catch it as it goes by this time. All right, it's 427. That's Huff in 427. Josh Huff. Jonathan Weber in 85, Don Rufner Jr. in 47. Storman Robinson, or Johnson in 33 times 3. And Andrea Leach in 4. I thought Storman was going to bite the wall, but he didn't. He saved it. Wow. And he stays out. 33 times 3. Storman Johnson. Almost collecting the turn 3rd wall. Weber trying it again. Witten on the inside. Robinson on the outside. Andrews in third. Huff in fourth. Don Rupner Jr. in fifth. Weber in sixth. Irwin in seventh. Mazzolini eighth. Johnson in ninth. 10th is Andrea Leach. Up trying to dive on the inside. Couldn't make her stick. Still stowing away. Damian Andrews on the outside. Josh Huff challenging for second. Four going in the pits. On the inside, Andrews on the out. Dawn just can't make that inside move. Damian Andrews on the outside. Scott Witten on the inside. Here comes Don Rupner Jr. in the grocery getter. Up the second. Oh, he slides back. He's out of it. Just couldn't make that car stick out there. Huff challenging now. He's in the second. He might have the lead coming out of two. Nope. Witten hanging on. They touch in the tree. At the line, Josh Huff had the lead. Now he's got her down the backstretch. Can he put her down? He's got her. Damian Andrews now in the second, bringing Don Rupner Jr. with him. Looks like there's a lap and 3/4 to go. It's gonna be Damian Andrews will finish second.
out, give a hand to your winner, Josh Huff. Well, Josh, congratulations. I got to interview you about a month ago when you picked up the parking lot drag. Later that night, you hurt the motor. I think you went through the infield, so you didn't get to go to victory lane there. But feature's a feature, yes, it's a B, but kind of sort of after the fire in Lorraine, you know, you had your ups and downs, and things kind of tough when it's down moments, but you're able to prevail and pick up the first feature. How's that feel? What would you like to think?
I feel good. We're used to the AV, but I'm hard looking handling right tonight. So, but I got to thank all my sponsors: Flash, 79 City, Instant Move, Elite, Live Auto Sales, High Impact Tree Service, and Dave's Auto Body.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Give a hand to your winner, Josh Huff.
Well, that concludes the racing action here at Midvale Speedway, August 27th, 2022. Congratulations to all the heat and feature winners, the participants here tonight at Midvale Speedway. Thank you and